Hello Oracles. Well, we've got the Tesla fire sale finally beginning. So we're looking right now pre-market. At the time of this recording, the stock is down to $282. Yesterday we were looking at the $300 level. We started the day sitting on that support level, just waiting to see if we were going to break down below it or if we were going to rise above it. We ended up breaking down. We were discussing the 289 level, and sure enough, we fell down and fell right to that level. So this morning we were looking at maybe we're going to start at that level, but it looks like we are breaking down below it. So right now the next level of support is that 278 to 280 level that I will be paying attention to. And now, as you guys can see, today I'm on location in Stratton, Vermont, headed up here to visit my friend Henrik and his buddies to support them on the OCR World Championship races. So I may throw out a couple of shorts today to show you guys what's going on in the course and kind of give you guys some ideas as to what I've been seeing in the stock market over the course of the day. So we'll check it out there. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, you can see that link down in the pinned comment below. Got some great perks down there. I'm going to be sharing a lot of great information with you guys and building that up over time as well. So looking at the stock market as a whole, we've got the S&P that did break down below that 3850 level that we were discussing. And right now, as a pre-market, the Dow is down below 30,000. So again, we've had a lot of people talking about a stock market crash, or the S&P coming down to 3,300. I'm not going to predict either way which way we're going to go. I'm just going to follow the data day to day, see where we're looking at it with these levels. And right now we are breaking down below these levels, so next levels of support are a bit further down. So could we fall all the way down to that? I don't know. We'll take a look. But I know that for Tesla in particular, that 278 to 280 level is what I'm paying attention to. If we break down below that, I'm going to be looking at 265 because that is the next strong support that we have. And now some people yesterday were thinking that maybe we were breaking down to these levels because Tesla had come out with a recall for 1.1 million vehicles. Now, just a reminder that a lot of the recalls that Tesla has that come out really are not recalls, they're software updates. Now, as I was discussing over on Twitter, you look at recalls and software updates, if every time that Apple and Samsung had a software update that came out and we called it a recall, people would be in mass panic mode. But as someone else had discussed, Apple's and Samsung droids and things like that most likely aren't going to be killing you. Now, the recall that they had was about Windows not operating properly, so that's not going to kill you itself, but it is still something that probably should not be named a recall. So again, I don't think that was really a big player in the fact that the stock was moving down. The entire market was down. Tesla underperformed slightly, but realistically, we had been outperforming for 2 weeks, so we were kind of due for an underperformance. So again, going back to what I was saying before, looking at maybe we're going to be getting a near-term dip in the stock price, maybe pulling down to those 245 to 247 levels to fill that gap at 247. Again, nothing's guaranteed, but look at the way we've been falling lately. It's totally possible. So I'm just paying attention to those levels. If it happens, I am ready to add more. So right now, my strategy for today, not financial advice, but my strategy for today is that I'm going to be adding about $20 if we hit that 278 level. And then if you fall down to 265, I will be adding $25 more at that point. So I'll be adding heavier and heavier the more we fall until we get down to that 245 to 247 level. If we get to that point at 250 on the way down, I will end up adding much heavier at that point. Now, other news we had gotten yesterday is Cathie Wood had stepped down from the portfolio manager position for two of their ETFs, which is PRNT and IZRL. Now, PRNT is the 3D printing one, and a big piece of that was Nano Dimension. I had actually just sold mine last week, but Nano Dimension is significantly underperforming, and Nano Dimension played a significant role over in Israel. And IZRL is Cathie's Israeli fund, so I wonder if these two are linked together, and the reason that she stepped away from both of them is because they're kind of related between Nano Dimension and other Israeli companies. So these funds, all of her funds are significantly underperforming this year. We've seen it, when you're in high growth in this type of market and environment, are going to be selling off a lot. So, she's definitely suffering this year. She's still standing her ground saying, these are the times that you want to invest, but it's hard when you've got other people's money that you're investing and people don't want to invest in your funds because they are shrinking so quickly at the moment. It's very tough. So she's in a tough position. So she had stepped down from these two portfolio manager positions, and someone else came in to take over. Now, we also got some news out of Honda over in Japan. They are going to be reducing production by 40% in two of their factories due to supply chain and logistical issues. So again, this is another legacy automotive maker who is still suffering from supply chain issues, reducing production significantly. And we had just recently heard about Ford saying to expect $1 billion of unexpected expenses when it comes to supply chain as well. So again, legacy auto not doing well when it comes to supply chains. We know Tesla's not immune to this. Tesla has been discussing it, but Elon is seeing even further down the road that supply chain costs are actually going to be coming down for several of their suppliers. And now I was discussing here at Stratton with Kenny, who is from Kansas, and is discussing how he works for John Deere. He is not one of the union members, but I did not realize this, but John Deere, the union that is running them, is the UAW. So he was already discussing with them and how the fact that by 2027 they are already planning on striking again over at John Deere. This is just how the UAW works. Regardless of whatever John Deere comes up with plans and any negotiations that they want, they are going to reject it and go on strike regardless. This is the UAW for you. This is what Legacy Auto has to face on a regular basis. Unions coming in and just striking because they're striking for no reason whatsoever, not stopping, just doing what they want to do. And this is one of the big reasons why Tesla does not want unions. Tesla does provide better pay and better working conditions for most of their employees throughout their entire company. So why do you need the unions? So everything we hear about the unions, about how they're providing better stuff, is not entirely true. You've got to dig in and do your own research. Some areas are better, some are not. But for the most part, they are not. And unions are in turn actually holding back a lot of companies. Looking at John Deere in particular, this is what's going to happen. And this is what's going to create bigger supply chain issues in the future as well. We also did get news yesterday that the public of Nueces County in Texas is going to be convening to discuss a lithium refinery factory for Tesla near Robstown over there. So again, this is something that we've been talking about, Tesla coming in to do their own lithium refining. Elon had mentioned it previously that this is something that they may end up getting into if no one else steps up to the plate. Looks like they are taking this to the next level, so we will stay tuned and posted on what is going to be happening with their lithium refining. So going back to the stock market and charts today, looking at crypto was actually creeping up significantly last night. I thought maybe that 289 level for Tesla was going to be the bottom and we were not going to fill the gaps further down. I was like, oh, maybe this is the bottom that we're going to be bouncing off of. And then looking at it this morning, crypto came crashing down again from where it was overnight, and now Tesla is breaking down some more. So again, I don't know where we're going to end after today. I don't know if this is just a further push down and we'll bounce back up, but this is why I just pay attention to the levels, and I say, when we get to this level, where are we going to go? If we break below it, I'll pay attention to the next level down. If we bounce off of it, we'll look back at the levels above us. So this is just the way I pay attention to things. For people who are going to be members, I am going to be breaking down all of this, and I'll show all of you guys what I look at in the charts to show you what I am paying attention to say, hey, you can do your own due diligence and research and give you guys a little bit of the education that I have learned as far as following the charts and all of these levels. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about the stock movements today? Do you think we're going to break through that 278 level and continue falling down? Or do you think that we are going to bounce off and finish green on the day? And also, let me know what you guys think they should be calling their recalls. Do you think they should be called recalls? Do you think they should be called software updates? Or do you think it should be called something entirely different? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon. That link is also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.